I think it's crucial for the trusted professional advisor to include philanthropy in their overall conversation with their clients. It's actually a terrific conversation to have at the beginning of a client relationship, but it really progresses right through the timeline of a client relationship. It really helps the advisor understand what the interests of the clients are, what moves them, what their passions are. It goes to how their investment philosophy might develop, whether they are interested in ESG type investing or impact investing. It goes centrally to the question of their estate planning and succession planning for their assets after their death. And it goes crucially to the question of the legacy that they want to leave. Once those conversations are started, they often continue with their own momentum, and you can then bring some of the technical features in, like the advantages of the tax advantages of giving while you're alive, for example, rather than from your estate. Wherever you bring those conversations in to discussions with your client, they are very rich conversations, and they will glue the client relationship often for life, at least for a very long time. Australian Communities Foundation, for people who don't know it, is probably best introduced as a quite unique cohort of progressive donors who pool their funds and their ideas with the kind of cohesive factor between them being a desire to make a really positive impact on their communities. I became a donor myself because one of the things I wanted to do was go through the experience so that I could advise others, and when I had got to know the experience I felt comfortable advising others. So a number of my clients then became donors, and they've had a fantastic experience through the vehicle of the ACF, being able to direct their charitable dollars, but also the learning and the friendships that they've made at ACF have been really rewarding for them. So I still have two sub-funds with ACF, and Pitcher Partners, my professional services firm, also has a growing corporate sub-fund with ACF. In my experience, the benefits of having a sub-fund are that donors may not want to give directly to their charity, and sometimes that's because they want a degree of anonymity or privacy, and they'd like to have an intermediary between themselves and the charity. Sometimes they don't have the magnitude of funds to warrant a private ancillary fund, and even if they do, they don't want to have the administration and compliance burden of having their own fund. So having that outsourced to another entity is a real advantage. Most want to separate the timing of the donation from the timing of the grant. So there are reasons that might be financial reasons or cash flow reasons for that to be desirable. Some actually want to conduct some fundraising as part of the fund that they set up. Sometimes if it's a memorial fund in honouring somebody, or for a particular cause, or if that cause is quite unique and special, that's another very good reason to establish a unique sub-fund for that cause. They're the sorts of reasons we find typically